Alright, what's up guys? Today I'll be doing a quick video about minor spec mod, major spec mod, and boss spec mod. So if you don't know what minor spec mod it is, deals extra damage against rank and file enemies. Then major spec mod is deals extra damage against powerful enemies. Then finally boss spec is increased damage against bosses and vehicles. So I'll be breaking down which enemies these work on, and also the bonus damage they actually give you on your gun for those type of enemies. So let's go ahead and begin. So in this video, I'm going to be using a few different guns to test these things. For primary, I'm going to be using the new Raid Pulse, which I got from World's First. Then also this Raid Auto Rifle, then also a few different Badlanders. And those will be mostly the weapons I'll be using to test the 3 different mod types on different enemies in the game. So first, we're going to start off with the minor spec mod on the Pulse Rifles. So for all the tests, I kill the enemy without it first, then put it on and do it again. So first without, I hit 817. With the Pulse Rifle, now putting the mod onto the weapon, as you see right here, minor spec mod, which is for red bar enemies. Go ahead and shoot that acolyte again, and now I hit 881. So minor spec mod is 7.8% more damage than without the mod on, which is actually a decent chunk for red bar enemies. Now moving on to the major spec mod, as you imagine, it works for all the majors. So right here in the raid, this one hits 2859. Then I'm going to go ahead and put on the major spec mod onto the shotgun and run it back again. So now that's on, go ahead and shoot him again. And now I hit 3081, which once again is 7.8% more damage. So far there's a pattern that you get 7.8% more damage on the respective enemy type. Now this one also works on most Lost Sector bosses and things like that, as you see right here. Basically, any orange bar enemy in the game is what is considered a major. So now we're going to transition into the boss spec mod. So first, without the mod on the strike boss, as you see with this AR, I hit 154. Then go ahead and put the boss spec mod onto the weapon. This is the Raid AR, by the way, if you haven't seen it yet. And now I hit 166. So once again, 7.8% more damage across the board. All the mods do 7.8% more damage to the respective enemy. Then I also found that Pulk event bosses are also bosses, which makes sense. So for the boss one, it's basically anything that you would consider a boss in the game. So like strike boss, Pulk event boss, all those things. And then majors are all like the regular enemies. Then also some that you would probably not really know if it's a boss or major, like Lost Sector bosses and whatnot, but those are just regular majors, and that's the one that does extra damage. And the boss spec one seems to be bosses at like the end of a full activity. For example, Pug events, strikes, raids, all those good things. So I'm sure as time passes, we'll have like a actual list of what the difference is between boss and majors for which one works with what. So maybe in this comment section, we can start compiling lists for the ones that aren't that obvious. For example, Lost Sectors or majors and things like that. So if you guys know any of them that aren't like necessarily like common knowledge, go ahead and post it below and I'll try to make a list or whatever. But that's basically how it works for the most part. You can also tell by the color of their health bar. If it's orange, that's a major. If it's yellow, that's an ultra, which therefore is a boss. And I'm pretty sure that works for the most part. I haven't found any ones that don't fit into that rule, so maybe that's the best way to go. But anyways, in my opinion, the best thing to do with these mods is to put a minor spec on your primary weapon, because that's what you're going to be using to kill like the red bar low tier adds the most. Then put a major spec onto your like shotgun or your energy weapon, because that's where you're going to be using the clear majors for the most part. Then if you use a legendary heavy weapon, go ahead and throw a boss mod onto that, something like a grenade launcher, rocket launcher, cluster rockets, anything like that. But for the most part, I'm usually running an exotic in my heavy slots, so I can't even put a mod on it anyways. So usually I'd go with the minor spec, major spec, then exotic, and that's the way I do it, because that is what makes the most sense to me. This also answers a few questions of, for example, if you got an outlaw rampage hand cannon, would it be better than the midnight coup? And yeah, it would be, because midnight coup cannot get that extra 7.8% damage. But for questions like about EP shotgun and whisper, well, if you got a new sniper or a new shotgun and you could put a boss spec or a major spec on it, would it be better than EP shotgun or whisper? And no, it would not, because trench barrel is 50% and box breathing is 60% on whisper. So even when those weapons can't get that extra 7.8% damage, they're already much better than the new weapons anyways. So they're still the kings of those classes. Anyways, I hope all this information helps you guys decide what you should be using on what guns. If you have any questions, make sure to let me know in the comments below and I'll try to answer. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.